everyone, welcome back to my class, that is Ways of Living. Let me continue my class. Okay, let us see what protects the bodies of water plants and animals from decay. So, the parts of the aquatic plants have a coat of oil and some wax-like substance that prevents the body against decay. Similarly, the bodies of aquatic animals have a waterproof layer. Example in fishes, fishes have waterproof scales and frogs have an oily coat. So these are the modifications children should know. So now let us see, how do fish move in water? What do they do to obtain oxygen? So let us see how. The body of the fish is streamlined. Streamlined means the body tapers at both the ends. So the body of the fish has a tapering end on both the sides. This is called as a streamlined body. Due to the presence of streamlined body and also in the presence of fins at the sides of the body, this helps the fish in the movement of inside the water. And also the fishes have gills, which helps in the absorption of dissolved oxygen present in water. Gills are the respiratory organs in fishes. Okay. Coming, let us see how the aquatic plants are adapted for buoyancy. So buoyancy means the ability to float on the surface of water. Buoyancy means the ability to float on the surface of water. Let us see how the aquatic plants are adapted themselves for buoyancy. So how is this possible? Let us see. They should have some special features. So let us see what are the things. Let us take the example of water lily. In water lily, the leaves are large in size in the form of circular discs, and stalks are having large tunnels and the holes for air that makes the plant to stay up. In case of aquatic plants like Vallisneria hydrilla, the stems are spongy and long, having air in hollow spaces. So this is the way the aquatic plants are adapted for buoyancy. Okay. Now let us see what are the physical factors influencing land organisms. Coming to the land organisms, what are the physical factors which affect the land organisms? The main physical factors are soil, temperature, moisture, availability of water and light. Now let us see what are the main physical factors that influence desert organisms. So this is very important that in desert, the land is in the form of hot sand and the temperature is very high during daytime and there is scarcity of food and water. So the desert organisms have to adapt for direct sun rays. And they have to adapt for hot atmospheric conditions. They have to adapt for hot and dry atmospheric conditions. And also they have to adapt in order to store food and water. Okay, these are the things. How do desert plants control the loss of water? So the desert plants are called as xerophytes. The plants that live in dry habitat are called as xerophytes. Xerophytic plants have the following features to prevent the loss of water and to collect it. Okay, they have to prevent the loss of water and also they have to store water. Both the things are important. Leaves in most of the plants have changed into spines and thorns to prevent the loss of water from transpiration. Example are Opuntia, cactus, argemone. The margins of the leaves have changed into thorns. In the absence of leaves in few of the plants, stems become green, succulent and flat to collect water and to complete the process of photosynthesis. Okay, these are the things. Next point is that to prevent the process of transpiration, transpiration is the evaporation of water from leaves. So in order to prevent that, they have to prevent transpiration in desert plants. So to prevent the process of transpiration from the surface of the leaves, and the stems, they have a thick layer of cuticle layer. Transparent cuticle layer is present. In some plants, leaves are smaller in size and lesser in number. In order to reduce the rate of transpiration, they have sunken stomata. Means the stomata are inside. It is sunken stomata. The roots are extensively branched so that they can catch hold of water over a large area. The xerophytic plants remain dormant in the form of seeds or roots. When they get only suitable conditions, they sprout out. In some plants, shedding of leaves is also adapted to reduce the loss of water. So, these are the modifications in xerophytic plants. These are the modifications. And let us see how a cactus looks like. This is the diagram of a xerophyte, that is desert plant. You can see thorns. These are the modifications, things like that. So children, please study well all these things. So let me continue then in my next videos the ways of living chapter. So till then, study well, enjoy your learning process. Okay then, till then, bye bye. Have a nice day. Bye bye. See you.